What's going on, guys? It's your friend here, John Madrid, with Factory Direct. ¿Cómo estamos, amigos? Ahora es el lunes, el 21 de abril, y vamos a estar hablando de casas móviles, las diferentes opciones y información de las casas móviles. All right, guys, I like to jump off starting with, speaking in Spanish, just to let you know we are bilingual here. And again, today's live is going to be a little different. I want to start educating you guys not only on what we have available, but what manufactured homes are, the benefits, and all of that good stuff. So we're going to be coming to you guys live a little earlier than the 10 o'clock. I think right now is around 7:30. Either way, just make sure that you review this. And if you're interested in the slideshow that I made for this live, go ahead and just put slideshow or hashtag move in next or something along those lines, so we can get you guys the information that you need. So at the bottom, it'll tell you that today's subject is understanding manufactured homes. And it also says call or text 432-201-1105. I shot a couple of lives today. One of them being, I shot one out at the 8x4 that'll be ready in about 1 week. And then I also went by the gym, by the laundromat, by the swimming pool, just to show you some of the amenities that are available at Airline Crossing. Okay, so let's jump right into it. So again, understanding manufactured homes. So I have about 14 years of experience. And again, we're 100% online. So over here in the corner, you'll see the QR code. You can scan it to go ahead and apply now. We don't even ask for a deposit up front to get you a pre-qualification. We want to get you pre-approved first before you give us the down payment, because there's no reason to give us a deposit if we're not able to secure you that loan. All right. So we're going to jump into the subject of understanding manufactured housing. Again, you can reach me directly at 432-201-1105. All right. So we're going to break it down. All right. So we're moving on to the next slide here. And let me go ahead and do this. So let me just go ahead and make it big. All right. So real quick, guys, it says manufactured homes. Let's learn about them together. All right. So again, just giving you guys some basic overview. So if you have any questions about manufactured housing, make sure you drop them in the comments, okay? All right, sorry, just drinking up some water there. Okay, definition of manufactured housing. So I want to point out here also, let me go ahead and do this here. Boom. Nope, not like that. Let me see here. Switch it this way. Okay, I like that one better. Okay. So the definition of manufactured housing. Manufactured housing is defined as homes built in a factory and transported to site, meeting specific federal standards, HUD code. That's housing of urban development. They're not mobile homes like they used to be back in the 70s with no sheetrock or no insulation. These are manufactured homes as of 1976, okay? So again, that's the definition of a manufactured house. It's a home or manufactured home built in a factory and it's transported to site, and it's built to HUD code. All right. Distinction from other housing types. So there's modulars, there's site built. Manufactured homes are constructed on a permanent chassis. That's going to be that metal frame that it gets shipped on, and it's allowing them to move if necessary. So a lot of people use the term mobile home just because it's mobile. You can move it from one spot to the next. So if you set it up, let's say on a community, and then later on you buy land, you can move it. That's why they're mobile, right? Manufactured housing can be moved. So that's a good thing. All right, guys, whoever's joining live, make sure you like it, share it, and comment. Again, if you want this PowerPoint, I can definitely shoot it over to you guys. So that's going to be the biggest distinction, all right? Is that they're on a permanent chassis and they can be moved. That does not make it a pier and beam home or anything like that. Okay, common terminology. Clarify terms like mobile home, often interchangeably, but technically refers to homes built before 1976. Manufactured homes have been built since 1976. And the HUD, urban housing of urban development, they continue to raise the standards. The 2x4 construction we're talking about, certain types of insulation, certain types of flooring, certain types of materials that are used inside of the house. Now, again, these common terms, mobile home, is not since before 1976. It's not like we're going to get offended if you call it a mobile home, because they are mobile, but they are manufactured homes. Okay. Types of manufactured homes. There's single section. So that's going to count like your 14, your 16, your mega wides, which are 18 wides. Then you have your double section, which are your double wides. Then you have modulars. Okay. We offer all three. So regardless of what you're looking for, whether it's a single, a double, or a mod, we can help you. And if you look at the middle of the screen, there's going to be a QR code on every single screen. So you guys are able to go ahead and apply. Okay. So those are the type of manufactured homes. All right. So let's go to the next one. Boom. Single section homes. It says typically smaller and more affordable. These homes are often easier to transport and set up. So a single wide, not always, but for the most part, is going to be less expensive than a double wide. The bigger the home, the more the cost. But there are certain singles that cost more than certain doubles. Again, that could mean because it's maybe a mega wide compared to a small double, or a high-end single versus a entry-level double. But overall, single section homes are probably your best bet, especially if you're a first-time home buyer and you only need like a 3-bed, 2-bath. I would recommend a single wide to start off with, and then we can help you sell it because we are a broker. Sell it to get the next house because we do that all the time. All right. So single section homes. And then we talk about double section homes. So those are larger. They offer, more space, amenities. They often resemble traditional homes in layout and design, which is true. Because the cool part about manufactured homes is they keep up with the trends. So like the more modern that site-built houses get, so do manufactured homes. So that's a cool part. Because some of the double wides, they can make them as small as 1,200 square feet up to 2,400 square feet. So you can have a 2-bed, 2-bath double up to a 5-bed, 3-bath with 2 living area double wide. So they make a lot of different options there. Okay. Modular homes. So those are going to be built more to your local codes, your ICR, TDLR, like your housing codes. They have to be set up a certain way on a foundation. They got to be set up to a certain standard. We're set up to do all of that. So don't worry about that. But it says often indistinguishable for site-built homes. Now they're visibly different, but on paper, they're part of the deed. They can't be moved. You know what I mean? They're seen as real property and they're seen as a site-built. And those are real important when it comes to zoning. So if a lot of times, if you have a piece of land that restricts manufactured housing, you can slide in a modular. It'll look like a manufactured house and a site-built house had a baby and kind of be like a merger between the two. Okay. So we offer all three of those options. Okay, comparisons to site built. So the construction process. So manufactured homes and modular homes, they're built in a controlled factory environment, while site built homes are constructed on site, which can lead to longer build times. I think right now, if you were to try to build a site built house and you got a builder, you're looking at 9 months to a year. If we built you a manufactured home, we can get it done in like 5 to 6 weeks. Okay, that's a huge difference and a huge cost savings. So number one, construction process is built in a controlled environment. None of the wood or anything like that is getting wet on the inside. So it's going to be nice, built to the highest standard, and it's going to be built in 1/10 of the time. Okay. So that's important. All right. Cost differences. Manufactured houses generally have lower upfront cost and can be more affordable than site-built homes, making them more attractive to many buyers. It's true. All right. So on average, a manufactured home, manufactured home's about 40% less per square foot than a site built. Modular is probably about 30% less, so it's still less expensive. So again, if you're looking to save money, especially right now with the housing market where all the prices are super high and the rates are a little higher than maybe we want them to be, go manufactured or modular. Save money up front. You can always sell, upgrade later. And again, we're your broker, so we can help you. So remember the phone number at the bottom of the screen, 432-201-1105. That's my direct number. You can call or text. And again, we're just educating you on understanding manufactured housing so we can remove the stigma and start considering it as an option, especially if you guys are living in an apartment or with family or wherever you're at that you're not happy with. Let's upgrade you. Okay. So then it says financing options. Financing for manufactured homes can differ significantly from traditional mortgages, often requiring specialized loans and programs. So what that means is it's easier to finance a manufactured home than it is a site built, because a site built, a lot of times you have to have certain credit scores or it's a no. With manufactured housing, they're a lot more lenient, considering that they are governed by the Housing of Urban Development Department of the government. So they try to provide you with as many options as possible. So they're not only affordable housing, They have a lot more flexible financing options available. That's the reason we're always offering you, hey, apply now, buy now, no deposit up front. Let us secure you the financing. We offer land home packages. We offer move-in ready packages, special orders, whatever it is that you need, we have you covered, right? So we need to make sure that we take advantage of the opportunities to become a homeowner in 2025. And that's the reason we're taking the time here to explain what it is that a manufactured house is and what the pros and cons are. Okay. All right. So the benefits, we're going to go into the benefits of manufactured housing. Affordability. Again, they're going to cost less per square foot all day compared to site-built homes, which makes home ownership a lot more accessible. Because there's times that like people will go and they'll get a pre-approved with let's say a real estate agent, but there's nothing wrong with that, for 150 grand. There ain't nothing available for that. But when you come to manufactured housing, there's a ton of options available. All right. Quicker construction. We talked about that. Factory production process allows for faster completion times, meaning buyers can move in sooner. Do you want to move in now or 9 months for a year from now? If it's now, then call us, 432-201-1105. If you want to build, we also have a real estate agent in-house that can help you. So we're still going to be your one-stop shop, but at the end of the day, nobody wants to wait longer for something that they want, okay? All right, energy efficiency. Manufactured homes are built with energy efficiency materials, windows, walls, insulations, all that, which is going to lead to lower electricity bills, lower utility bills, and a smaller environmental footprint if that's something that's important to you, which it should be important to all of us. So again, not only are they better for the environment, they're going to be better on your utilities, and they're going to be built faster. All right. So challenges and misconceptions, because I'm not going to just sit here and tell you all the gold and good about it, right? So stigma and misunderstanding. So I'm going to address the stigma surrounding manufactured homes, and I'm going to emphasize that they are high quality and they're well built. Because a lot of times when somebody thinks about a mobile home, again, we've addressed that already. They haven't made mobile homes since before 1976. But when they think of a manufactured home, they think of low quality, the walls that you fall through, you know what I mean? The floors that are soft, all that stuff. That doesn't exist anymore, especially in today's times. So we're going to go over that. Okay. Zoning and land issues. So we discussed that a second ago as well. So there may be some challenges as far as certain areas where you're not able to put a manufactured home, quote unquote, mobile home, but that's why we offer modulars. Like I said, if there's an area where you can't put a manufactured home, almost always you can put a modular home, and we do those as well. And we put them on a foundation. We do everything to TDLR, IRC codes. We have engineers that inspect everything. So again, a misconception is if my land doesn't allow manufactured homes, I got to build one. You could build a modular and still save 25 to 30% off compared square footage wise to a site build. So please remove that challenge or that misconception. It's about educating yourselves, and that's the reason that we're doing these videos. All right, depreciation concerns. So I want to clarify, excuse me, clarify about manufactured homes and them, depreciating. So if we talk about that, a lot of people think that if they buy a site-built house, it's going to continue to increase in value. Now, that may be true sometimes, but not always. And the reason I tell you that is because if the economy is not doing great, well, guess what? Your house value is going to decrease, okay? So think about all the other times that your house value has increased. The only time that your house value increases is when what? Is when your taxes need to go up, all right? Because there's a lot of times that people, they'll buy a certain home and they'll do like a lot of improvements to it, and it'll be a site-built house. And then when they go to pull the appraisal, they might have spent $300,000 or $400,000 and then appraises for $280,000. Well, that means that you lost $180,000 or $120,000, and you're still paying taxes on $500 or whatever. That is not going to help you. So if anything, even if manufactured homes just decreased in value like this, good. That means that your taxes are decreasing, which I'll do a different video on how that kind of merges, where depreciation is going to actually help you because you can write it off along with your interest, versus appreciation supposedly in the city on the site built house. And then when you get an appraisal, it actually is worth less. Then you got to fight with the city to decrease your taxes. Okay. So again, depreciation isn't really a concern, especially when you can write it off. All right. So now financing for manufactured housing. So I'm going to go over some of the types of loans. For example, there's chattel loans, which means you're either going to go into a community like I have here, Stonegate, Airline, or any community that you choose, or your, family land, lease land. In other words, all you're doing is financing just the house. You're not needing to bundle in the land. So that is something that is unique to manufactured housing that's available for you that we have. And then there's also traditional mortgages like land and home packages. Now again, I have to do a whole nother video on just that, but essentially either you're going to finance the home only or home and land. And there's variations of those two. And those are nice to have because you have choices. Because a lot of times if you have access to, let's say your mom's got land, your brother's got land, then utilize that land, dude. Put a manufactured home on there. Move it later or sell it later. You can call us at 432-201-1105 and we'll broker the home for you. Okay. So again, that's nice to know that you have plenty of financing options available. All right. So then there's government programs also like FHA, USDA, VA. All of those can be used on manufactured or, or on modular. Okay. So the good thing is we have those as well. So your traditional home financing, just like you would use on a site build, the programs are also available for either manufactured housing or site built, manufactured housing or modulars. All right. So credit requirements. So this is super, super important. So it says, discuss the importance of credit scores and financial stability in securing financing for manufactured homes. Again, the lending on manufactured housing is so much more flexible that your score, not that I'm saying, hey, it's good that your score is low, but even if your score is lower, you're not settling for a manufactured house. It just means that you have more opportunity to become a homeowner now versus having to wait a year or two. And that's why we're launching Move In Next University to actually help individuals fix whatever the issue is, whether it's score, debt to income ratio, whatever it is, credit utilization, and the program essentially, yes, it costs money, but it's not a lot. You have to have some kind of skin in the game to show that you're wanting to become a homeowner, to show that you're serious about it, because we want to invest the time and energy in you and your family. Okay. All right. So then the next slide, we're talking about future trends in manufactured housing. All right. So again, the manufactured housing, it stays very, very competitive and modern. So again, whatever modern trends are going on in regular site builds, they're going to be going on in manufactured housing. And it talks about sustainability, how the industry is moving towards more sustainability practices and eco-friendly materials. That means they're using better wood, better glues, better nails, just like on site build. They continue to raise the bar. So you're not settling or putting your family at risk by putting them in one of these amazing manufactured homes. Okay. So also design innovations. We're going to talk about the advancements in designs, technology, smart home features, customability layouts appeal to modern buyers. So again, some of the houses that we sell, the ones we ordered, they're metal roof, they're linoleum throughout, 2x4 construction, interior and exterior. You have like 10 different cabinets you can pick from, 10 different paints you can pick from. So you can get very innovative with the design of your manufactured home. It's not like, I guess I'll take this one. You don't have to do that. So we do a good job of the ones we bring in advance, making sure they're already popping. But we also have a huge catalog of homes that you guys are able to pick from and choose your own options off of. Okay. All right. So the next one's market growth. We're going to be analyzing the increased demand for affordable housing. If you guys even watch the news, I know you see that the housing shortage is high. The pricing is high. The rates are a little bit high. Well, guess what? That means you need to buy a manufactured home instead of a site built. Again, we have a real estate agent in-house. So if you need a site built home, you can still call us. I'm not clowning on it or talking down on it. I'm just letting you guys know why and helping you understand manufactured housing is a great option. Because I'll tell you this, as even a landlord or somebody who owns rental homes, manufactured homes are the best houses to rent. As soon as you put that thing on for lease, it rents out immediately. So you're definitely not going to lose money doing that. All right. So again, guys, we talked again about 20 minutes about understanding manufactured homes. We covered a lot of topics. Now, the last thing to do is it's time to apply. There's the big QR code. Again, at the top of the description in here, you'll have the link. Apply now. You can click my name from the list, John Madrid, or whoever you have been talking to, because we're here to help you 7 days a week, 365, to help you get into your new home and help you move in next. All right. So just quickly, because I know it was kind of a long video, I'm going to touch base on some of the houses that we still have available. So we still have that land home package out in Stanton. It is a 32 by 60. We recently just lowered the price again. It was at $325. We went down to $295. Now we're at $289,995. Again, it's on an acre of land, 4-bed, 2-bath, metal roof, 1,800 square feet, ready to move in now. So if you do want a land home package, just like we discussed the financing options available earlier, we have access to all of those and more. You know, whatever works best for you as financing works best for us. But make sure to apply now and apply today. And make sure you pick my name or whoever's name from the list that you have been working with. All right. We also have a 2019 Cavco that's out in West Odessa. I got the address below, 12629 West Treva Drive. I think we got an application on it today. They're going to go check it out tomorrow, but it is not sold as of yet. So make sure you call or text today so we can make an appointment to see it, or apply now so we can get you pre-qualified, because this family needs to sell this home to move into their new home. Like I said, this house, I did an appraisal, is like 94.9. We're selling it for 79.9. So that means you have 15,000 in equity from the jump. Okay. Y también hablamos español. So cualquier casa o pregunta que tengan, nos marcas al 432-201-1105. All right, guys. All right. Remember Stonegate. Okay. As soon as we bring a home in, we get it sold out right away. All right. So we got the Ramirez family moved in over there. We have that repo under contract right now. It's not 100% done, but it's looking to get done. If for some reason that house comes back available, I'll let you know. But right across the street, we have 2 spots available. The quarter lot can fit up to an 18 by 76. The one right next to it, a 16 by 76. And we have houses at the factory between singles and doubles that we can ship immediately, okay? So again, 432-201-1105. All right. So just to kind of give you guys a quick preview, this house right here is what that 2023 Stonegate single wide looks like that we just brought in. Again, you know, we're in the process. It's approved right now. They have their down payment in-house. Hopefully we can get them moved in and get the deal sold up. If not, we'll let you know. But across the street, we can put one exactly like this, or a different one that's available at the factory, or order you guys one, or we have local inventory. Remember, 432-201-1105 is how you reach me or my executive Iberica directly. All right, so this Mesquite here is just one of the many homes that are available to ship immediately, okay? This one's sitting there parked, ready to go. We can put it in Stonegate next week if you guys are interested in that. It is one of our marathon homes. It's got linoleum throughout, full tape and texture, stainless steel appliances, metal roof, ceramic sinks, steel faucets, fiberglass tubs and shower. I mean, I can go on for days. It's a nice, amazing home that you can get at a great price. Just, you know, whatever it is that you want to do or wherever you want to put it at, we have land for you to put it at. Or if you have land, we can ship it directly to you, but you have to apply today. All right, guys. So again, your friend John Madrid with Factory Direct. We're going to be coming to you guys earlier with the lives versus later around 10:30. We'll be doing some maybe in the mid-afternoon, some maybe around 7:30 or so. But I wanted to educate you guys again on what manufactured housing is, and just remind you that it's time to apply, especially right now. It's income tax season. You guys just got that money back. Let's invest it in you and your family and help you guys move in next. All right. So again, guys, thanks again. If you have any questions, call or text me, 432-201-1105. And I look forward to helping you and your family.